All right, I am Prophetess Shade Gilmore. Let me go here and talk on the 99 just won't do because I've shared the testimony video on how the look wise, how the Lord transformed me, took me from where I used to be to becoming born again. Just last month, I officially completed the process which I thought I had did before last month until the Lord had to uh, take me through a last part of it. And that last part, that last test that I had to do, and it's all going to tie together, was for 14 days. I had to go back. The Lord made me go back and submit under my earthly mother for 14 days and follow her ruling, but he said follow directions. Um, and so let's talk about it. Now I will say this before I go here in the most humbling, respectful way that I can. That's not to say that the Lord didn't, how can I say, that's not to say that the Lord lied or that the Lord didn't, I say that the Lord didn't allow the way I was thinking at during that time for a season, or that he didn't allow her her ways for a season to where we bumped heads. That's not to say, oh, that the Lord didn't allow it, because he very much did. He very much did. But it was not until, and I'm gonna tell you how the Lord had to, he ended up correcting me. That's why this video is titled The 99 Won't Do. Because I was thinking I'm in a surrendering place with God, and true enough, he led me into the wilderness to help processing me and taking me through this and that to get me where I needed to be. It all tied together. It all went together. Um, but that's when he allowed me to know, to sum it up, I was gonna have to go back home. Because see, it's like I had did everything else that the Lord was requiring of me to do to graduate. But there was just that one thing that was still hanging out against me. And that was obeying my mother. Now, as I stated, and I'm going to talk about it even further. As I stated, yes, the Lord allowed us, I'm going to say it like this. He allowed us to bump heads for 10 whole years because he used what's behind her to get me where I need to be, um, to help process me spiritually. Um, and during that time, but let me say it like this, during that time, the Lord allowed, how can I say it? My thinking hadn't been, that part of that area with the obeying your parents, you would think, oh, well, how you didn't know that? Hear me clearly. Haven't, when you're not used to living a certain way, or when you're used to rebellion or retaliation, that was me. Oh, if somebody do something to me, I don't care who it is, I'm gonna clap back. And for 10 whole years, anytime my mother would do something against me, or, and I'm saying this in a respectful way, or say something against me or do something that I didn't like, oh, I'm going to clap back. And that's just, the Lord allowed me, he didn't correct that thinking because he used that. It was all part of the process. He was allowing my wickedness, because that's what it is. When you disobey your parents, it's still wicked. Let's just be honest. But it was not until I had completed the wilderness part, and he was calling me from out of that place to where he corrected me. He woken up my understanding in that particular area and told me I was not only was I gonna have to go back for 14 days and follow directions, so basically submitting under her. Hagar, come on. It's the same thing he did, although Sarah was not Hagar's mother. But it's no difference from a leader. You have to stay. If God put you there, you have to stay there until he removes you from there. You can't say, okay, well, the Lord put you here. Lord, I don't like the way they treating me. Lord, you see how they talking about me. You see how they plotting against me. You see how they doing this against me. So I'm just going to up and remove myself from out of this church, from out of this home, from out of this. Come on, it don't matter where it's at, wherever. I'm just going to, because then you're going into rebellion. Then you're being disobedient. And it's not against that person, it's against God. Because he the one put you there. Hello? And I'm gonna tell you this. That's not to say they're right in what they're doing, because baby, God see everything. But it's a way you handle it. You don't get back even. You take it to God and let God handle them. See, trust and believe, God gonna handle. Don't nobody get away with nothing. Not me, not you, nobody. That's how you handle them. You take them to God and let God handle. So your hands will remain clean. You won't be fighting against God because he put you there. That's how you handle that. You let God handle it. How about taking them in prayer and tell God, Lord, you see what they're doing. Ask the Lord to fight it for you so your hands won't become unclean. Lord, fight this situation for me. Lord, judge her, or however you talk to God. But you take them to God and ask him to handle it for you. So your hands will remain clean and won't touch the situation. Now, let me say this. Because this part I didn't put out on it when I was doing the 14-day test of obedience. I didn't put it out. To be honest, I couldn't put it out because under her ruling, I couldn't be online. And it was not until the Lord removed me from out of, he brought me from out in those 14 days. The last day was February the 24th. He brought me out. I became born again because I passed the test. February the 25th, and put me into my own place. He opened the door on February the 24th. God is so good. That's a story of its own. I can't talk about this right now in this video. But come on, I'm gonna tell you this before I go. Because before the Lord actually just, well, I'm gonna say it was, I think the night, because I was still I think for a whole week I was still in the hotel. Some of the 14 days I was still in the hotel, but he had in the spirit realm put me back under her because I was away from my past, the ex. But and it was then he allowed me to know, sum it up wise, you can't live for me, but then don't think this is part of me. You can't keep all of my word, but you don't want to keep this part of my word. It says, honor thy mother and thy father. You have to respect them, even if they mistreat you. You take them to God and let God handle them, not you. I am Prophetess Shadi Gilmore.